I found out that I was HIV positive in '92, and that was scary. Not knowing who to turn to, how to share this. I was let go from a job, one I was the most sought after, to become the most unreliable. And I couldn't face that demise. And so when I was let go, I couldn't afford the mortgage on the house.
I've been HIV positive since 1998. I was in denial for a long time. I just didn't want to face the fact that I had HIV, period.
It wasn't easy to accept HIV because it does do a psychological effect on you.
I was diagnosed with HIV when I was 20. I had just had my daughter.
My mom didn't know that she is positive until I was born. I found out that I was positive when I was 8. My doctor sat me down and told me.
The house was foreclosed on. I ran out of money. It wasn't taking care of my health. There was nothing, there was no spark to get up and go. Tomorrow just looked dreadful because today was hopeless.
I got sick in 2001, real sick. I was in a convalescent home for about 6 months. Irritable, restless, discontent, unhappy with the world, unhappy with my condition. I came to grips that I was gonna die.
I was out on the streets, running amok. I had to find me, and then in finding me, I lost me. Landed up in prison. It's a whole total different lifestyle in prison, you know? And when you're HIV positive, it's not the place to be because you don't get the medical care.
This is Roxy, and she's actually the one who got me into the homeless shelter. I went to a program to get services for Roxy, and they in turn referred me to the HOPWA clearinghouse.
If it weren't for HOPWA, I would definitely be out there. They welcome me with open arms and they treat me, well, like a human being, like I'm a family member.
It's important to have a strong support group, you know, and know that you could call upon them at any time.
I was living in this home, and my daughter was the first positive baby that lived in that house. And that house helped me tremendously because, you know, I was able to get myself educated on HIV and AIDS.
I went to an agency that helped people with HIV and AIDS, and I filled out the application, and the questions were, do you need medical services, dental, mental health, housing?
I love my housing specialist. Every time I call her, she is just super nice. When I call her, I tell her, you must be so tired of me. Sometimes I call her like twice a day because I get so overwhelmed. Every time I talk to her, she makes me feel so much better.
So my housing specialist she got applications for Section 8. And I was able to fill out my application. Oh God, I filled out my application and was approved and got my apartment within a month and a half.
I got my Section 8 through HOPWA. There was a lot of apartments I looked at and it just didn't feel right, you know? And it was just like, when I walked into this place, I said, this is it.
Now I live in downtown Los Angeles. The building is an HIV positive building. So clients have access to a resident counselor who has a list of people's medications or emergency contacts.
I'm living in a sober living right now, but I just got my Section 8. When I move into my apartment, hopefully I'll be able to get the move-in grant.
Had it not been for that move-in grant, we wouldn't have been able to move into the apartment.
Transportation services, very, very, very in need of that very much. And they gave me rental services and legal services. They also help with clothing. My health has been up and down a lot, but for the most part, it's actually been very controlled. My virus is very controlled, undetectable. I do take my medications more in stable housing. I feel like the more stability I have, I'm not under a lot of stress, which then that stress can't get to my body.
I have a routine in regards to medication, and I'm never concerned about missing my dosages per day because there aren't these unforeseen factors that come into play when one is homeless.
Just having the support in general, knowing that there are resources out there to help you through hard times.
This is permanent housing. This is permanent. And the reality is, I never have to be homeless again. And that's a great feeling.